Games that originated as mods for other games are a tale as old as time. Provided, of course, that you consider time to have started in 1999 when the Team Fortress mod for Quake was released as the standalone Team Fortress Classic. And if that information isn't strictly accurate, it's because I used Wikipedia as my only source. The Forgotten City, you might have heard, started its life as an epic, adventurous and ambitious mod of Bethesda's Skyrim, built using their creation engine, and there's a good no-clip documentary on its development that's worth watching after you've played the game. The Forgotten City is a time loop mystery set in an impossible Roman city hidden deep below the ground. And in this ancient city, while it might look peaceful and serene, there is a dark and worrying curse that threatens the lives of everyone who lives there. As you're told by the city's magistrate, inscriptions were left behind bearing the ominous warning,
"The many shall suffer for the sins of the one."
It's this same magistrate that you'll talk to early in the game who'll set you on your initial quest and give you a purpose and a goal, and as is often the case with time loop stories, there's also a motivation to escape and break the cycle. The Forgotten City is a narrative game. It has light combat in the use of a bow and arrow, but primarily it is a game about exploring this impressive world and uncovering or telling a story through your actions and investigations. The gameplay is about talking to the inhabitants of the city, exploring and finding items and solving clever information puzzles where you have to learn about the characters and about the world, and only with that knowledge can you plan further or progress. Many of the Forgotten City's characters will have personal quest lines with fairly simple linear resolutions, but completing a small quest might give you the means or knowledge to start another one. But really, these small individual quests are like cogs in a machine as you try to figure out grander scale problems that require intricate and intertwined solutions. All of your actions in this world have consequences that ripple out into other quests and other stories in a really clever way. Your choices as you talk and explore are a tangled map of causes and effects that you'll need to discover for yourself, and then navigate to influence the world and the loop in the ways that you will need. The Forgotten City is masterful in how it constructs these quests or puzzles and neatly ties them all together in a way that works as both a core gameplay mechanic and as overall and individual stories. The main plotline you unravel is excellent. It starts with deep mysteries and questions, but as you're slowly teased with hints and answers, more and more layers are added to the unknowns. There are twists and turns and revelations on multiple scales from beginning to end, and for the full 5 or 6 hours there was always something that I wanted to find out. And over that time frame, the Forgotten City has great variety in its tone, with parts that are exciting, parts that are serious, and even aspects to its story that are actually quite dark. The characters the Forgotten City uses to tell its story have so much personality. The dialogue is expertly written, there's a lot of quality in the voice acting, and the subtle facial movements of the character animations brings the NPCs to life. I'm still of the opinion that no video game has ever really made NPCs look properly human, but this is a pretty damn good attempt. One thing I love about stories like these in non-linear games that revolve around discovery is that the story that exists within the game is only a small fraction of the story that will exist within your mind. With every conversation or item or engraving, you discover a part of a story, but you also create the rest of it. You'll have ideas about why or how something happened or what it's going to cause. And these thoughts will guide your actions until you learn something new which breaks your assumptions, and the story you're imagining changes. And these imagined stories are based on what you've done, because the information that you learn is based on where you've decided to go or what you've decided to say. This was something that I loved in both Outer Wilds and Heaven's Vault, 2 masterpieces of video game narratives and 2 of my all-time favourite games. Videos in the description. Why not? If those are experiences you've enjoyed, or you love narrative games or mysteries, or even more specifically if you enjoy the thrill and puzzle of time loops, The Forgotten City is an immensely polished achievement that you will want to experience. I was also impressed with how it handles its conclusion. I think it's incredibly hard to make satisfying endings to a story that is founded on cryptic unknowns, but The Forgotten City continued to defy my expectations and twist and turn, and it has a canon ending that, while not subtle, does tie off all its loose threads and answers every question so definitively that I really couldn't be unsatisfied with it. I have very little bad to say about the Forgotten City. There's a little bit of jank in places, a couple of staircases where the camera bounces with every step, and 10 minutes into playing I got caught between a rock and a tree and had to reload the game. Although admittedly nothing like that happened for the remainder of my playtime, and these really are non-issues. My only warning would be that the Forgotten City, while a game involving exploration, is probably about 80% dialogue, and if you don't want to spend a significant amount of time in Oblivion-esque fixed camera close-ups hanging on to every spoken word, then that is a reason to play something else instead. But as long as that's not an issue, the Forgotten City is superb and a game that's well worth considering if you want to get lost in a deep and engaging narrative mystery. The time loop and interlinked quests and stories are remarkably clever, exploration is exciting, and the revelations throughout are jaw-dropping and satisfying. I highly recommend playing this game because the Forgotten City is an experience that you are not likely to forget.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are?